American fashion mission Olivia was 21, and her highly anticipated weekend had finally begun as her flight from JFK landed precisely at London Heathrow Airport, the wheels gripping the tarmac with a satisfying bump. She sighed, a blend of relief and intense excitement washing over her. This was not a casual sightseeing trip. This was a targeted, serious fashion mission designed specifically to hit London's most exclusive boutiques. Olivia was a connoisseur of luxury, a student from a wealthy family in New York, and she carried a mental checklist of specific European designer pieces that had proven elusive in Manhattan. Her large, sleek, burgundy suitcase, the one she intended to fill, was nearly weightless now, a silent promise of the treasures it would soon hold. She quickly navigated the terminal, her small handbag containing only the essentials: passport, credit cards, and a carefully printed list of store opening hours. She ignored the signs for the train and the underground, having pre-booked a private driver who met her immediately outside customs, holding a discreet sign with her name. The transition from the airport to the plush leather seat of the black car was seamless and luxurious, exactly how she liked to travel. She needed speed and comfort to start her serious shopping adventure right. The drive into central London was long but fascinating, giving her first glimpses of the distinctive brick architecture and the orderly, if frantic, flow of traffic. She checked her phone for the hotel confirmation. She was staying at the Athenaeum, a sophisticated boutique hotel in Mayfair, perfectly situated between Bond Street and Green Park. This location was strategic. Proximity to the most high-end designer boutiques was essential to maximize her limited time. Upon arriving, the doorman, impeccably dressed in a classic British uniform, welcomed her warmly, and the check-in process was handled with swift discretion and minimal fuss. Her room was elegant and quiet, featuring plush velvet furniture and large windows overlooking the vibrant cityscape. It was the perfect sanctuary for a shopper. She didn't waste a moment admiring the decor. The shopping was the priority. Spreading her detailed map on the large desk, Olivia began finalizing her itinerary, which she had planned for weeks. She designated Saturday as Designer Day. Her plan was to start early, at 9 a.m. sharp, on New Bond Street, hitting the flagship stores, Chanel, Dior, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, looking for specific, limited edition accessories and perhaps a classic, high-quality trench coat from Burberry, a brand that always felt more authentic in its London home. She wasn't interested in the chaotic atmosphere of large department stores yet. She wanted the personalized attention and the exclusive stock found only in the brand boutiques. She mentally calculated the exchange rate, reminding herself that the slightly higher prices were absolutely worth the value of unique European designs and superior craftsmanship that would last for years. After Bond Street, she planned to walk over to Savile Row, not to shop for herself, but to observe and appreciate the incredible tailoring and quality of the famous menswear houses. It was pure research for her own style appreciation, understanding the roots of British fashion excellence. For lunch, she planned a light, chic meal at a small, elegant café near Burlington Arcade, ensuring she could quickly get back to shopping without feeling heavy or slow. Saturday afternoon would take her to Knightsbridge, primarily focusing on Harvey Nichols and Harrods, but even there, she would avoid the main floors, heading directly to the high-end contemporary fashion and shoe departments, seeking out specific British designers she followed on Instagram for inspiration. Her goal for Saturday was investment pieces: one spectacular, statement handbag, one perfect, classic coat, and a pair of elegant designer boots that could handle the London cobblestones. Sunday, her curated cool day, would be dedicated to finding unique, less mainstream items. She marked Dover Street Market, a multi-brand concept store known for its avant-garde collections, followed by a few independent, small boutiques tucked away in Marylebone and Belgravia. She needed small, special gifts and a unique piece of jewelry that felt authentically London. As the city lights twinkled outside her window, Olivia confirmed her reservations and set her 2 alarms for an early start. She zipped up her travel wallet containing her specific shopping budget, feeling a powerful sense of purpose. This wasn't just spending money, it was an investment in her personal style and wardrobe. She closed her eyes, visualizing the elegant coat and the unique bag, ready for the serious business of London fashion. Olivia woke up before her 7 a.m. alarm, a rare occurrence that she attributed entirely to the adrenaline of the planned day ahead. Her body clock, still half set to New York time, was actually a perfect advantage, granting her a precious early start. She quickly showered and dressed in her carefully chosen shopping uniform. Chic but practical black trousers, a simple cashmere top, and her most comfortable yet stylish walking loafers, shoes that could cover several miles of polished marble floors without causing fatigue. After a quick, elegant breakfast of coffee and a croissant in the quiet hotel dining room, she stepped outside the Athenaeum. The air was cool and invigorating, carrying the distinct clean scent of London morning mixed with a hint of exhaust fumes and fresh rain. It was 8:50 a.m., and she was already walking quickly towards New Bond Street, her destination for the morning's serious business. She felt a professional focus, treating this shopping trip like a high-stakes business meeting. As she walked, she passed beautiful Georgian townhouses and small, perfectly manicured squares. When she turned onto Bond Street, she felt an instant lift in her mood. The street was lined with flagship stores, their windows immaculate, displaying single, perfect items under soft lighting. The street was still relatively quiet, giving her the perfect opportunity to window shop before the doors officially opened at 10 a.m. Her first target was a renowned French luxury house, where she was determined to find a specific small, burgundy leather wallet that had sold out instantly in the States. She stood outside, peering through the glass at the new seasonal collection, appreciating the meticulous detail of the display. She loved this part of the shopping experience, the anticipation and the feeling of exclusivity before the crowds arrived. Promptly at 10 a.m., the polished chrome doors swung open, and Olivia was the first customer inside. The boutique was spacious, with a thick carpet and a quiet atmosphere. A well-dressed sales associate greeted her with a warm, formal, "Good morning, madam, welcome." Olivia got straight to the point, showing him a picture of the exact wallet on her phone. He disappeared briefly and returned with a small box. "We have just one remaining, a very lucky find," he informed her. It was perfect. The deep burgundy, the delicate gold hardware, it was exactly what she wanted. It was an immediate purchase, the first success of the trip. Next, she moved across the street to a famous British heritage brand, known globally for its iconic trench coats and cashmere scarves. Here, she tried on 3 different styles of the classic trench, spending time examining the weight of the gabardine fabric and the precision of the stitching. She chose the lightest, most modern cut, securing the purchase with a simple swipe of her card. This was an investment piece, a coat that would last her many years, and buying it in London felt like a crucial ritual. Her third stop was dedicated to shoes. She needed elegant boots for the New York winter. She spent 40 minutes in a small Italian shoe boutique just off Bond Street, trying on various pairs until she found a knee-high, black leather boot with a low, comfortable heel. The saleswoman was helpful, offering coffee and advice on London's rainy weather, ensuring Olivia chose a pair that was both beautiful and practical. The shopping bag from the shoe store was heavy, a satisfying weight that symbolized her progress. By 1 p.m., Olivia had accomplished her morning goals: a rare wallet, a classic trench coat, and practical, beautiful boots. She felt productive and happy. She decided to treat herself to a quick, elegant lunch before moving on to the afternoon's itinerary. She found a chic little cafe tucked away near Piccadilly, where she ordered a simple smoked salmon sandwich and sparkling water, carefully guarding her precious shopping bags under the table. She quickly reviewed her map. The afternoon was dedicated to the sheer scale of luxury at Knightsbridge, focusing on Harrods and Harvey Nichols. This was going to be a different kind of shopping, less about specific items and more about exploration and finding unexpected jewels. She knew she had made excellent progress, securing the most essential pieces on her list, and now she could enjoy the hunt for the unexpected. She finished her lunch, thanked the waiter, and prepared for the second, equally important, half of her London shopping day. The London fashion scene was already proving to be everything she had hoped for and more, and she couldn't wait to see what the afternoon would bring. The city was a perfect blend of history and hypermodern luxury, a paradise for a focused shopper like herself. After her quick and satisfying lunch near Piccadilly, Olivia was ready for the second major phase of her designer day. She paid the bill, gathered her precious bags, the newly acquired wallet, the trench coat, and the boots, and decided to take a black cab rather than the tube, choosing efficiency and comfort for the short ride to Knightsbridge. The cab driver was polite and quiet, allowing Olivia to mentally prepare for the grand scale of the stores awaiting her. Knightsbridge was immediately different from Bond Street. The streets were wider, the buildings grander, and the atmosphere felt more tourist-heavy but undeniably luxurious. Her first stop was Harvey Nichols, a chic, multi-floor department store known for its excellent curation of contemporary designers and its expansive beauty department. She headed straight for the fourth floor, which housed the international ready-to-wear collections. She spent almost an hour browsing, not looking for specific items now, but searching for unexpected pieces. She was drawn to a display featuring a new British designer specializing in structured evening wear. Olivia spotted a cocktail dress in a deep emerald green that instantly captured her attention. It was sleeveless, structured, and felt incredibly sophisticated. She took the dress to the fitting room, trying it on carefully. It fit perfectly, hugging her figure in all the right places, and the quality of the silk was evident. She hesitated for a moment, reminding herself she hadn't planned on evening wear, but the dress was too unique to leave behind. It was a perfect impulse buy. She purchased the dress, adding another valuable item to her growing collection. Next, she walked the short distance to the famous Harrods. The sheer grandeur of the building, with its historic facade and opulent displays, always impressed her. Harrods was less about shopping and more about the experience. It was a fashion museum. She purposefully avoided the ground floor, known for its overwhelming crowds and food hall, and took an escalator up to the shoe department. Here, she walked slowly, observing the dozens of designer shoes, comparing craftsmanship and trends. She didn't buy a pair, having already secured her perfect boots, but she loved the feeling of being surrounded by so much beauty and design innovation. After the shoe section, she visited the iconic Egyptian Hall, just to see the architecture and the history of the building, reminding herself that London shopping was also a cultural experience. She bought a small, elegant tin of Harrods tea as a souvenir, something small and simple. By late afternoon, her bags were heavy, and her feet were beginning to ache slightly despite her comfortable shoes. She realized she had achieved everything planned for her designer day. She felt immensely satisfied with her purchases: the practical boots, the classic trench, the unique wallet, and the unexpected emerald dress. She called her private driver to pick her up near the store entrance, deciding to retreat early to the hotel to organize her purchases and prepare for her final day of shopping. As the car pulled away from the majestic store, Olivia looked back at the lights of Harrods, already excited about her curated cool day, focusing on independent designers tomorrow. Sunday morning brought a completely different energy to Olivia's shopping mission, shifting the focus from established luxury to unique, independent style. This was her curated cool day, dedicated to finding those special, less mainstream items that truly reflected London's avant-garde fashion scene. She started the day not in Mayfair, but in East London, taking a quick tube ride to Shoreditch. The atmosphere here was instantly younger and more relaxed, filled with street art, trendy cafes, and repurposed industrial buildings housing small, creative boutiques. Her first crucial stop was Dover Street Market, a multi-brand concept store that felt more like an art installation than a retail space. The layout was deliberately unconventional, with different designers occupying distinct, often surprising, environments. Olivia spent time carefully navigating the floors, looking at emerging British designers whose pieces were bold and experimental. She wasn't seeking another classic coat or basic accessory. She was looking for a narrative piece, something conceptual. She found a small collection of minimalist, sculptural silver jewelry. She chose a thick, asymmetrical ring that felt heavy and cool on her finger, a perfect contrast to the traditional gold pieces she usually wore. It was expensive, but the design was truly unique and felt like wearable art. This was exactly the kind of find she had hoped for in London. After Dover Street, she walked through the back streets of Shoreditch, popping into small, independent boutiques. She discovered a tiny shop specializing in hand-printed silk scarves. She purchased 3 of them, one with a geometric pattern, one with a muted floral design, and one in a vivid primary color, intending to keep 2 and gift one to her best friend back in Boston. These purchases felt more personal and relaxed than the intense buying session on Bond Street. She took a break around midday, stopping at a charming, busy bakery where she enjoyed a freshly baked pastry and a proper, strong espresso, recharging before the final leg of her journey. The last stops were in Marylebone and Belgravia, areas known for small, quiet, and highly selective fashion boutiques. In a small Marylebone shop, she found a pair of luxurious, thick wool socks in a surprising mustard yellow color, a small but delightful purchase that would remind her of London style every time she wore them. Her final planned purchase was in Belgravia, in a small, refined vintage store. Here, she found a beautifully preserved, deep purple velvet clutch from the 1980s. It was small, elegant, and the perfect piece to pair with the emerald dress she had bought the day before. The velvet was soft, and the inner lining was pristine. This final acquisition sealed her weekend as a major success. She felt elated, realizing she had fulfilled every item on her ambitious shopping list, acquiring a perfect blend of classics, high fashion, and unique independent designer pieces. Now, the mission was complete. All that remained was the logistics of packing and the flight home. After her highly successful and intensely focused day of independent shopping, Olivia returned to the Athenaeum in Mayfair feeling completely exhausted but deeply satisfied. The small velvet clutch, the silver ring, and the silk scarves were tucked carefully into her smaller shoulder bag, while her larger purchases from the morning were secured in their store carriers. The real challenge of the trip, however, was now about to begin, fitting all her glorious new acquisitions into the single suitcase she had brought. She locked her room door, turned on a soothing jazz playlist, and began the delicate process of organization. First, she laid out every single purchase on the bed, turning her small hotel room into a temporary, luxurious showroom. The beautiful, classic trench coat, the comfortable yet elegant black boots, the unique burgundy wallet, the stunning emerald green cocktail dress, the architectural silver ring, the colorful silk scarves, the mustard yellow wool socks, and the vintage purple velvet clutch, each item was a trophy from her successful mission. She took a moment to appreciate the sheer quality and variety of her finds, a perfect mix of timeless investment pieces and quirky London style. Next, she had to strategically pack them. Olivia knew the rules of travel: roll soft items, fold structured items gently, and use protective dust bags religiously. She started with the shoes, placing the black boots heel to toe inside their original shoe bags, then positioning them along the edges of the suitcase, using the sturdy sides as a frame. The designer handbag, still in its felt dust bag, was carefully stuffed with the soft wool socks and silk scarves to help it maintain its shape during the flight. This technique was essential for preserving the integrity of the leather. The emerald dress, being the most delicate item, required the most attention. Olivia wrapped it gently in tissue paper provided by the store and laid it flat on the very bottom layer of the suitcase, ensuring no hard objects would press creases into the silk. The new trench coat was carefully folded using the KonMari method, minimizing large creases, and placed on top of the dress. All the smaller, delicate accessories, the wallet, the silver ring, and the velvet clutch, were placed inside a small, padded jewelry roll, which she then tucked securely into an internal zipped compartment of the suitcase. She was amazed that everything fit perfectly. The empty suitcase she had brought was now fully packed, heavy, and full of high-fashion treasures. She zipped it closed and checked the weight on a small digital luggage scale she always traveled with. The number flashed green, confirming it was just under the maximum weight limit, a logistical victory almost as satisfying as the shopping itself. With the packing complete, Olivia allowed herself a moment of reflection. She looked out the window at the now bustling streets of Mayfair. She had come to London with a clear plan, executed it flawlessly, and walked away with a wardrobe full of pieces she truly loved. She hadn't visited the major historical sites like Big Ben or the Tower of London, but she had experienced the city's unique cultural heartbeat through its fashion, a different, but equally valid, form of cultural immersion for her. She made a final call to the front desk, confirming her private car reservation for the early morning departure. She needed to be at Heathrow with plenty of time to check her now heavy luggage. Before settling in for the night, she wrote a quick message to her friend back home, listing her favorite purchase, the minimalist silver ring from the Shoreditch boutique. It wasn't the most expensive item, but it was the most unexpected and truly reflected the edgy London style. She felt a twinge of sadness that the weekend was over, but the thrill of returning home with her spoils quickly replaced it. This London shopping trip had been a resounding success, fulfilling her style dreams and confirming her belief that London was indeed a fashion paradise. She closed her eyes, ready for the journey back, already anticipating the moment she would wear her new trench coat on the streets of Boston. The memories, and the filled suitcase, were the perfect souvenir.